So just make sure. Today, we'll have a Xiaodan Pan from my lab to give you a presentation about rodent management. So Xiaodan joined my lab in 2018 as a PhD student. Before that, she obtained her bachelor and master degree in entomology and zoology in China in 2015 master degree, right? And 2011, 12, the bachelor degree. So after she joined my lab, she worked on stored product test. And then after she obtained the PhD degree, she started to work on mostly rodents because we have just rodent projects. But she also worked on the other urban pests, cockroaches and bedbugs. So today she'll present on her research on rodents. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Wang. Thanks everyone for coming. I'm sorry about the skill that. And yeah, sorry. Tunji and Jinja have been talking about about the rodents in our lab. And oh, sorry. Why this one doesn't work? The error. Sorry, this slide doesn't work. No, it's not working. I don't know why. No.
No, you're fine. Just press this and then.
No, it's not working.
Oh, it froze. Okay, there. Okay.
Okay, great. I'm good now. Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah. So, three most commonly seen the rodents in probably around all the world is like house mice, Norway rice, also called brown rat, also black rat or roof rat. In United States, I've been here many years. I never saw a roof rat here, at least here. So the house mice and Norway rice are most of the common things. We already know they consume our food. They can destroy the constructions. They're so annoying. Even destroy your cars, vehicles here. And most importantly, they can transfer some diseases to human. The ectoparasites and on the body can transfer diseases. Yeah, there are so many people ask us, in the urban entomology lab, why you start doing the rodents? Yeah, here's the story. I think, yeah, in 2018, the first time I joined the lab, we were doing a study for cities in the low-income housing authorities in New Jersey. Sabita, Salahi, Shannon, and Dr. Wang and I, we are doing the prevalence on the past in different housing authorities here. Surprisingly, we found out that 20% of the apartments having the rodent infestation. So we think, oh, wow, that's a lot. That's more than we thought. So the paper's been published. Paper's been published. If you are interested, you can read the paper. But at that time, the whole lab been thinking that maybe we can do something about the rodents, right? Since there are a lot, they are everywhere in the housing, in public housings. This is the first team about rodents team in our lab, and version 1. And Shannon, before Shannon graduated, he did a lot of work on the rodents, and he published 2 papers. At the beginning, mostly we can focus on the monitoring and to see the spatial distribution in multi-unit developments. And we did a study in the first paper is in 2 cities in New Jersey, and the second one in the 4 cities. Totally like more than 1,000 apartments we've been there to monitor using the Protector Evil Mouse Station, which showed there. And Shannon tried different kind of the base, the food base and the base. Finally, we used the Notox and the chocolate in the Evil Mouse Station to monitor the house mice activity there. And at that time, Dr. Wang, the Cooper, they've been thinking, maybe we can do something. We can apply some grants about the rodents, right? So we got this one. The first one is about the house mice. We proposed to start in 2020, October, but because of the pandemic, we have to postpone until the June 2021. During that time, Shannon is going to graduate, and I was technically the only student in the Lab. So we did this at the beginning, and Jinja's Jinjia joined the lab later. He's been talking about the active parasites so many times. So this time I'm not going to talk about the active parasites. And we just finished this in 1 year ago. And before that, Dr. Wang got another hard grant on the norovirus. Thanks to this grant, that's Dr. Wang. That's the reason to keep me at the postdoc of my graduation. Because we've been talking about so much, today I'm going to have like the 2 topics on house mice and norovirus. We just finished the study and one currently on the grant here. Okay, the first one is house mice control in low-income housing apartments in 3 cities in New Jersey. Rodrigo joined the lab. Yeah, he joined the lab, and later, before he left, Jinjia joined, and then Shovik joined the lab. So that's the rodent team in our lab, the version 2. And in the 3 cities, New Brunswick, Trenton, and Paterson. Yeah, New Brunswick is like the garden style buildings. Is this one? You can see this one. This is like a 2-story building. Each building has 8 apartments. Some of them has 1 boiler room at the corner. Some of them do not have. Each the apartments has individually the boiler room. We call it the utility room. And in Trenton, that one is in Trenton is 3-story buildings. There, they have different numbers of apartments, but each door have so at least I have two entrance doors in each of the building. And Paterson has 3 cities, all of them high-rise buildings, and 2 of them are 7-story, and one was 15-story here. They are located in New Jersey. Yeah, we did a building-wide survey at the at 0, 6, 12, 18, and 24 months. And because Shannon already did a study before, we used the Nautilus bait and the $3 of the chocolate is shown in the picture. We leave the evil mouse station in the apartments. And if they have utility room in like New Brunswick, we put in the utility room. If they do not, we put in the living rooms. And 3 months after we start this project, we started doing the crawl space in New Brunswick. And also we did not miss the basements in Trenton and the common areas in other like the cities here. And at the initial, we also did a questionnaire to the residents to ask them how long they've been lived there and if they see any like the rodent activities inside their apartment. After the initial survey, we selected like the different numbers of the building, 9 buildings in New Brunswick, 6 buildings in Trenton, and 3 buildings in Paterson. We split them into 3 treatments. The first one is the control treatment. In this group, we did not do anything. So the most commonly used method to control the house mice for the contractors using the glue board and rodenticide. And this is one of the apartments show the house mice being captured by the glue board. And all the rodenticide either placed in the mice station or the rice station. If you walk around on campus or in other buildings, if you see this like the black box there, if you open that, probably that's a rodenticide inside. And some of them just leave them in the corner in the apartments. And yeah, the second group is trapping and baiting. The trapping use different kind of traps. We use a lab trap and the Victor snap trap. The Sherman and Tinkat, both of them are used at the first 2 months in New Brunswick and the first 1 month in Trenton because we want to catch some of the lab mice for the active parasite study. And that's very difficult. At the beginning, the first 2 months, when only Rodrigo and me here, we went to New Brunswick every day from Monday to Friday, every single day. And when we start doing the crawl space, we went there every day from Monday to Sunday. So it's close in New Brunswick housing. It's only like 12 minutes drive from campus, but it's everyday work. We collect a lot of house mice from that side and also other sides. And for the rodent size, yeah, this in the crawl space, Jinjia is like so checking the stations inside. Jinjia been talking about the rodenticide resistance, so I'm not going to talk about rodenticide today. The trapping, baiting, and exclusion. So this group, besides using the very similar with the trapping and baiting group, plus we still do some exclusion, both interior and exterior of all this. Not all of these apartments have been done that because it's so expensive. You don't know how much it spends to do the exclusion. We did like outside and inside to replace the exclusion plate, to block all the holes and the burrows, to install the doorway to the we call it trapping, baiting, and the exclusion apartments there. Yeah, here are the results. So we asked the residents, yeah, have you seen mice? Have you seen mice in your apartments? Among the 155, the residents say, oh, we do not see any rats. Actually, 11% of them, we found like they have the house mice infestation in their lab. This is based on the bait consumption. So we exclude the chocolate data because sometimes there are so many like the roaches or ants or like other insects can consume the cockroach. So we only use the bait consumption data. And among like the 86 residents say, oh, we have house mice in my apartment, but when we check that, 50%, half of them, there's no house mice. So the self-reports are not very accurate, right? So, and we asked them, have you used anything? Have you used any method to control the rodents in the past 6 months? 55% said they use glue balls. And 20% others, including like we do the cleaning, we do the cleaning, we use the electronic repeller, and some people say, I have a cat, yeah, and they're like the others. For the mice capture, so this is during the 2 years period, and all of the cities being found like house mice, a large numbers of them. The average number in each unit, like each apartment or each crawl space, ranged from 2.2 to 6. And one apartment, see this in Trenton apartment, one of them even have like 40 house mice during the 2 years. Every time we went to the apartment, we found house mice. Oh, that's a lot. And so only for the Trenton, in the common areas in the basement in Trenton, we did not find any mice, but we found the mice in all the areas. And 57 to 84% of the house mice being found in the first 2 months. That's because during the first 2 months, we go there every week, sometimes even every day or every other day. So we do a mass trapping. And also we collect the live mice during the first two months. And after first 2 months, we go there every month until there's no rat activity, mice activity at all until the next, like the building-wide survey. Yeah, we in New Brunswick, in New Brunswick City, we placed the Sherman and Tin Cat. These 2 lab traps are designed to catch the live mice. But disappointingly, during 2 months, we only found 8 months in Sherman and 4 months in the Tin Cat. We feel like, oh, that's not very effective in New Brunswick. And in Trenton, we also use we use Sherman, but we did not use the Tin Cat. That's very expensive. It's the most expensive one, but they are not work very well for this study. So in Patterson, we did not use the Tin Cat, only use Sherman. If we compare when both Sherman and Snapchat present, so during the first 2 months or 1 month, we only use the lab trap, and later we place more like Snapchat. We want to catch the as many as possible the house mice, and also the recently killed by the Snapchat we were brought back to the lab to do the actual process study. In all of the 3 cities, and also New Brunswick crawl space, and when both Sherman and Snapchat present, Snapchat catched much more mice than the Sherman. Yeah, these figures show when only Sherman present, when only Snapchat present in each unit, or when both of them present and captured mice. Yeah. And if we want to see which location that have more house mice, which room, and in Trenton and Patterson, they have living room. They place the traps in both living room and the kitchen. And kitchen catch much more mice than the living room. In New Brunswick, where they only have utility room, there's no living room. We did not put in any living room. The utility room catched much more like the house mice numbers than the kitchen. if we compare the bait consumption in the New Brunswick, we'll see, sorry, there's no significant difference between the bait consumption in kitchen and the utility room. They're similar. And in Trenton, the mice consumed much more bait, rodent-side bait in the kitchen than the living room. So more mice activities being monitored in the kitchen than the living rooms. And Patterson has the similar results as the Trenton. I only show the Trenton data here. Yeah. If we compare the rodent side using the rodent side monitor and the Snapchat, we'll see in all the New Brunswick and the Trenton, the bait is very good to monitor the mice activities and the traps here. Yeah. Oh, that's all the. Did we do a good job on the control? Yeah. Here the results show the 3 treatment groups, and you can see from the Trenton apartment, you can see here, and both the trapping baiting and exclusion almost eliminate all the host mice theory in like 2-year period. And the control one has very high numbers even at end. But if we see the New Brunswick, both the apartment and this and the crawl space there, you can see at 6 months, at 12 months, and 24 months there, yeah, the rat almost eliminated for both the trapping baiting and the trapping baiting and exclusion. However, even the control also can be like eliminated at the end of the 2-month period. If you see all of the 3, you see there's a rebound at the 18 months there. It means like more numbers of the host mice being captured, or the more behavior being activity being monitored during that time. And both of them work well, and also the control group can also have like the eliminate all the host mice. And there's no significant difference among all the treatments in the Patterson state. Okay, to conclude this study, we know the self-reports of the residents are not very accurate. Yeah, and in the contractors for all the contractors, if you do the if you tell them you have house mice, you have rodents, usually the most commonly methods they use is just laying the glue board in the rodent side, and they only do based on the compliance. If the resident compliance, they go there to lay the boards in the left. But from this study, we know we cannot miss the common errors such as the crawl space and the like the basement and like the boiler room or the electric gas meter room, etc. And both trapping baiting and exclusion are very effective in control the house mice in this study. And the exclusion can help to a greater reduction in the infection rate, but it's very, very expensive. And in the control group, it can also be eliminated. 2 papers is being already published. One is about the control the house mice can also reduce the allergy and as parasites by Jinjia. If you are interested, you can read the 2 papers. And the second, this is a case study. We just finished this. Jinjia and I went to Bayonne City. It's a small study. I just want to put here to share with you guys. And yeah, and in last year in November, the Bayonne City Housing Authority called Dr. Wang to say they have a lot of the house mice problem in the common areas. They asked us if we can do something. I said, sure, we love to do, right? So yeah, we went to the 2 buildings. I did my best to crop these 2 buildings, building 1 and building 2. They're very close. There are also the garden style buildings, and each have like the 3 stories. The first floor being the common areas, including the electric meter room, community room, boiler room, etc. there. And only the common areas they have some compliance in the apartment, but we only get access to the common areas in these 2 buildings. And when we go there the first time, we found the staff and the contractors, they are using the rodent side and the glue boards in the common areas. And they're using the catch master. Yeah, also the 2 different kinds of the rodent side bait. And the first time, The first time we go there, we found 18 mice on the glue boards and plus another 4 dead mice on the floor. We consider all the dead mice on the floor being because they were being poisoned by the rodenticide here. And we placed like the 22 glue board and 88 snap traps, 15 tin cats. Because in the previous study, we know that tin cats was not very effective in capturing the house mice. But we know that in other conditions, in other places, they work very well. So we want to see if like the different traps can work well in this location. Also, the evil mouse station have the one piece of the first drag and another piece of cilantro, 2 different kinds of rodenticide bait. We place them in the locations. This is in the compact room, but also other locations where the mice can possibly be found there. The good thing is this time we have the review cameras. Yeah, we have they donate like 32 review cameras to our labs. We use these cameras very well. So this time we monitored. See this one, the tin cat, glue board, snapshot, and the bait is all set. It's here. And so this picture shows this tin cat catches many house mice, 4. I don't know, it's 4 mice inside there. But we have record in another state. We have 2 tin cats in one compact room. After 1 month, we went there, 17 house mice in one tin cat, and another one has 19. So totally 36 mice in one compact room. That's our record. So here's the results. And during like the 2 month period, we went there for the week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. Totally 98 mice being captured. And if you notice that on glue board, snap trap, tin cat, and rodenticide means the dead one on the floor. And also we found 2 dead mice inside the bait. So they are the similar, very same numbers of mice being captured among the 4 devices there. And at the end of the first month, the mice captures are very low, about 2 and 3 in 2 buildings. But we went there at the end of the 2 month period. There's a rebound, 31 mice, totally 31 mice being found in the 2 buildings. But among them, 28 of them are juveniles. They're very tiny. They're about like 2 to 3 inches there. Yeah, we are not sure. This building did not do any exclusion. There still have any gaps, any holes, even burrows inside and outside. We didn't do anything. They didn't do anything either. So we are not sure if they're coming from the outside or they're just the offsprings of the adults from inside the building there. And in the 2 buildings, building 1 captured 57, and building 2 captured 41 mice during the 2 month period. And in building 2, 71% of the mice being captured in the compact rooms. That's not a surprise, right? In the compact rooms, they have all the trash, the garbage, they have all the food, the water, even they have the nesting locations there. It's like their heaven, so it's not a surprise. But surprisingly, is in building 1, 16 mice being found in the steam chase lines. These 2 pictures show the steam chase line. This one. There are some gaps. And if we lift the cover, you see the pipes. Some of them is like the hot water or something, I don't know. They're connecting all of the building. So if they go to one of them, they can be connected everywhere in the common areas in the building. And 11 mice being found in compact rooms. And there's one room, we call it one room with cable. Yeah, got 10 mice because that room is in the corner of the building. Nobody go there. It's locked. Only us go there like at each week visit. This room found 10 of them. Yeah, and in the compact room, in the compactor, this is a brand new. Jinjia just took the video on Tuesday, so you see the mice. That's not from the study side. I just show you they can be found easily in the compact rooms. 2 of them underneath the compactor, and in the steam chase, we can easily see the house mice being wandering, walking, or running on the paths on the steam chase here. Sometimes we found them. They're going to the bait, going to the tin cat snapshot there. And that's the room with a cable, we call the room with cables, right? We have a whole set of them, ThinkPad, Snapchat, Global, each of them one piece there. And camera facing them to see the house mice is being consuming the bait. We put peanut butter on the Snapchat and consuming that. And if we analyze the data because of cameras present, cameras there facing them, we see in that room, we write down how many times, when this time, the mice being going to visit the glue board, devices we see in this room. I just showed in the room with cables, the mice visited significantly less on the glue board than all the other 3 devices. This room, nobody there. It's very few disturbed there. But in one of the compact room, this during both of them during 1 month period, the camera's been there for 1 month, the second month there. And in one compact rooms, they're being disturbed by many people. The staff go there every day, and we checked, and the house mice went to the bait much more than the Snapchat and ThinkPad there. Yeah, if we compare the camera activity based and also the bait consumption and trap mice capture there, the camera and bait catched like the much more house mice activity than just the trap catch. It's all the trap catch. It's all the Snapchat, Global, and ThinkPad there. And yeah, thanks to Becky, she spent a long time on analyze all the videos in the lab. She did all of the a lot of the watch the videos. She told me that sometimes I feel even hard to sleep because I watch so many videos on the mice. Yeah. Yeah, so conclude this part, we know that all the global Snapchat, ThinkPad, and the base can be very effective in controlling the house mice in the low-income housing common areas, right? And compact rooms and the SIM salons and hospitals. And also using cameras and base stations are very good monitor tools to monitor their activity. Oh, here's the Norway rat part. Yeah, and when Jinjia joined the lab, and later Jesse and Tony joined the lab. That's the new version of the rodent team in our lab. And two students, Faye and Kira, they will go to the field with us, and also analysis help to prepare everything to analyze all the video data in the lab. Yeah, this study site we do this also in the low-income housing, but in different buildings in New York City. And they have the high-rise building. It's like 20 stories and 15 stories. Some of them are even like the 6 stories, the different one. Even gardens, some of the garden style, some of them are not, but all of them belong to the low-income housing authorities. Similar to the house mice one we done in before. So we did a questionnaire to ask them, ask the residents, oh, have you seen any mice or rats in the last 6 months? We done this in last November. And yeah, 57 of the residents say, oh yes, they've seen mice inside their buildings, and 79 residents say they have seen the rodents outside their buildings. That's a lot, right? You know, rodents are, you can always see them in your city, but just too much. And if you ask them, have they used anything to control the rodents by themselves? 45% say they use glue board. And also Snapchat and rodent side. Others including, yeah, I remember dumping the garbage to cover the holes. And even 2 residents say they use the dogs. The dogs will chase the rats. I thought, really? I said, yeah, seriously, the dog can chase the rats. It's their dog. Yeah. You can see see a lot of interesting things in the field. And yeah, and we also use different kind of devices. Glue board is glue board we're using. Snapshots, 2 tabs of actually 3 cans of the snapshots we're using. The lab cage and the nesting box in the locations here. So the glue boards work well for the rodents. Yes, right. I already showed the videos and pictures about house mice, but what about rat? Well, this one shows that this is a juvenile. For all of the rats being seen on the glue boards, all of them, at least I see, they're juveniles. They are very, very young. It means their body size is like less than 80 grams, and they're smaller. you can see from this one, some escape, right? You see them first left over, it means they escape. And some the non-target insects like the American cockroaches and some other insects can be captured by the glue board. And over time, it can be useless. And if you leave them in the apartments, fine, it's much more clean. But if you leave them in the crawl space in the basement, they can be very, very dirty, even like after a few days, like this. I have more nesting pictures, but I only show this one here. Yeah, this is a video to show the rat. This is a juvenile rat trying to approach to the glue board. As you know that this video is on April 3, but on March 28, it's like 9 days before we placed the glue board there. So 9 days. So the rats been captured every day in this area, but they never touched the glue board. 9 days later, the first time touched the glue board, and this one been captured. You think that's the end? No, right? It escaped. After 30 minutes struggle from the camera, we can see it escaped. And during the past few days, the second one, the third one, totally 5 rats. We are not sure. Probably they are not the same one, but totally 5 rats being captured by this glue board. But all of them escaped after struggling. The longest one is like 1 hour, they just escaped. And this video shows the black glue board. This one we did in the previous one is in the compact room. This one in the crawl space. One of the glue board here, you can see the mice been there, smell, and then left, right? So this glue board being placed there on September 10. Yeah, 8 hours later, on the 7th activity. I mean, this camera been captured the rats all over this wheel all the time, and they can be captured in different areas. But on the 7th activity, they've been captured to approach to the glue board, then left. And during the next following couple of days, and the second one, the third one came here to visit and then left. So only 4 visits we found during like 2-week period. So after the 4 visits, they never ever visit this glue board anymore. But they still have like the totally ending date is September 24. Still have 8 days later, but they never touch that, even though they've been captured in this area all the time. See? Yeah, for the Snapchats, for the Victor Snapchat with EasyStat and T-Rex, they commonly used in the field. And if you catch them, boom, on the head, they die immediately, right? But if you catch them on the legs, on the tail, or other parts, you know what will happen, right? I think this one is captured on the arm. Yeah, this is a video show. See, this one captured on one of the, I think it's arm, and then it's still going there all the way. Sometimes you see a bunch of the rats in the compact room or in the crawl space when you go to the field. See, it's still. And sorry, I don't know if you see this one. So this one, there's a rat being captured by the T-Rex. You can hear that, and then after like the 3 seconds, it escapes from the T-Rex. For the Victor Snapchat, there's 1 gas meter room in this one. We know, you see, we know the rats been coming up the paths every day. So we put like 3 Snapchats there, and you can see the video there. The rats came here up. They just jump over the Snapchat. It's like every day. So this Snapchat's been there like more than 6 months, but none of them been captured the rats. They are smart and they avoid this. So luckily we have this camera been there almost 1 year. And almost 1 year there, so they've been captured almost every day, every single day. The average rat activity in this area is almost like seven times being seen every day. It's been a long time, like 10 months later. So we do not have the data from August to September, because during that time we were focused on another study and the camera being out of battery, because there are so many activities. We didn't change the batteries there. And if we analyze the data to the hourly activity, we are easy to see the same camera about like the 10 months later. So the rats are more active during the night time, during night than the daytime here. About the lab cages. At the first 2 months of the study, we spent a lot of effort, to figure out which kind of food the bait or the food the rats like most. And finally, we know that Nortox is the most, effective one in attracting the rats. But look what happened. There's one in the crawl space. The rat go there, grab the bait, left. They didn't even trigger the cage there. Yeah, we use these lab cages to capture the model the lab rats here. Yeah. Yeah, this one you can see the very big. This is a big heavy rats here. Yeah, one of them is here, and then comes the second one. We go there. They already consume all the bait, and it never. Because they're too heavy. I think part of the reason is they're so heavy. They step on the cage and it never been triggered. Tenji is preparing for a manuscript comparing the cages and the snap traps. He found that the weight being the rat weight being captured by the cages is much less than the snap trap. I think here give you the answer because the heavy ones, the big ones, is hard to trigger and hard to capture the bigger ones here. And we've been working on this the whole year. And until December, we already got like more than 180 rats by this one. And plus like more than like 20 or 30 house mice captured in this one. And for the snapshots, we have more than 200. So we have totally more than 400 rodents in a freezer in the basement. Yeah. For the even we do not have anything there, and for the gap, if there's a gap, there's a bar, there's a hole. You can see there's one very small room there in the field. See, there's a gap, very little, very tiny gap. So you can see them. Yeah, so this camera been there for like 2 months. You see the rats coming in and out from the gap every day. And we have tin box, we have glue balls there. They never touch them for 2 months, never ever. And after last month in December and January, the stuff there to fix the hole there. Yeah, the picture shows fixed hole. After that, this camera never catch any rat activities in this area. So it works. Exclusion do have to reduce the activity here. Yeah, similar things found in this one. This is a ceiling pipe. In this pipe connect to the crawl space there. It's on the ceiling. There's a gap. There's a whole gap there, and you can see the rats being coming in and out every day there. And we found this. We told the staff, you need to do something. You need to block the hole there, and they did. They did this on March 13 last year. You can see the activities there. So after they fix the hole, the next 2 days, they still have a lot of activities. The rats still come here to figure out what happened there. They don't know. They don't know. And after they realize, oh, this is a block, they cannot go there anymore. So the activity reduced until 0. Okay. Here's the video shows on one of the compaction rooms. 6 rats is like been having a party. This is a heavy infested compaction rooms here. If you pay attention, you can see it's even 9 a.m., only 9 a.m. Yeah, all of them, the rats can also be found on the corridor paths. This one you see in one of the compaction rooms. They climb up to the vertical path to the ceiling, and if there is a gap, there's any hole, they will cross to other places there. And the left one, that one shows a rat is climbing the horizon pipe. In this basement, we have 5 or 6 cameras facing the similar angle of this, both of the vertical and the horizontal pipe. Very few rats activity being found on the vertical pipe. They use much more the horizon pipe, or the big one, small one, every day they fill bins. It's like their highway there. It's like, yeah, in the crawl space, 2 different kind of dirt in the crawl space there, the dirt floor and the concrete floor. And for the dirt floor, yeah, it's very easy for them to make burrows. It's easy to understand, right? for them it's very easy. And some of the burrows even connected to outside burrows are like this one. I see this one, 2 burrows under the stone. They've been treated every month, but they still have very active rats activities there. And for inside ones, even they treat them or block them for the dirt floor, they easily to dig another hole. And you think for the concrete floor, it's hard for them. You think they never have activity on the concrete floor? No. See this one. In one of the room on the concrete floor at the corner, yeah, they dig a huge burrow there, and still very active rodents. The rats came in and out every day there. So even though the concrete can help to reduce, but they can figure out a way in some of the locations. Yeah, we talk about so many the rats inside the buildings. Let's move to the outside ones. We know that, right? The rats are both inside and outside. For this one, we put a camera outside the dumpster area. We know this area, this is the dumpster. They have trash. They have a lot of food. They came every day. We know that. So we left a camera there for 1 week, actually 2 weeks. And then after 1 week, it's been stolen. Yeah. Forget about the date. It's 24. So the year has been set wrong. And after in 1 week, not only the rats, but also other like birds or the cat or other people being captured by the camera. But among them, the rats is like 206 rat activities being captured during 1 week in this location. Before it's been stolen, when we see what their most active time, you see that like the inside ones, they are more active at the nighttime than the daytime. Similar. Okay, I think that's my slides. Yeah, to conclude this, we know the rats are more active during the nighttime than the daytime, and they follow the established pathways. They always follow the same pattern, almost until they find it cannot be used and find a new one. And they have very strong avoidance behavior to all the like snaptraps, glow balls, and nesting box. Almost all the traps they place there, they have the avoidance behavior for a long time. And you know that glue balls are not very effective, at least for the control the noise rats here. Okay. Yeah, I want to give my acknowledgement to the grants. Thanks for the hard grants so that we have the chance to do these studies. And thank all the housing authorities to allow us to get access to the building and do the study. And there are different companies donate us a lot of stuff. Thank them. And also for all lab, we did a lot in the field. Yeah, I have some pictures, and Dr. Wang and Tunji, they're coming to check the ceiling paths. There's gaps there, and also Dr. Wang and Tunji, they're fixing the burrows outside. And this picture, I told Jinjia to show this picture at his defense, but he forgot. When he's collecting the dust in the apartment, it's totally wet. It's so hot, and it's really difficult to work in the field. And Dr. Wang also doing the spray in the crawl space. And we have one chance. We have one time when we come out, we're about to leave, we saw a car being booted. And another time we see we have the flat tire. Yeah, we will be using the department blue vehicle all the time. And Francie told me, no one in our department want to use your blue one because you guys been using this for so many times. They are afraid of the rats. I said, don't worry, no rats will jump out of the car. We'll be very careful every time, right? We are also afraid. And yeah. Thanks everyone. I hope I include everyone and all the work about this most recently study. Thank you. I'll take any questions.
I'll stop this.
Oh, sure.
Stop.